Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day. All right, this is just the state of Kaspa mining over the past, I'd say, week here in October. It's October 10th as of recording this video. And as of right now, a KS5L currently makes about a penny a day at 11 cents kilowatt hour. Let that sink in. 11 cents kilowatt hour. An Iceriver KS5L makes a penny a day now. Correlating to the price of Kaspa, which has been going downward here over the past month, 21%. We're at 13 cents Kaspa. I think earlier when I was recording, it was at 12.9 cents. So it's been, going up and down here. But yeah, it's looking pretty dire at this point in time. I mean, I'm going to correlate this with Bitcoin also going down the market right now. I think Bitcoin's 60K as of recording. But also the network hash rate for Kaspa, I'd say has been kind of just laying around between 1.1 to 1.2 exahash here. All right, so it hasn't been going up too crazy as it was maybe a couple months ago when it went up almost 300 to 1 exahash within a span of a month or two, month and a half, which was just insane. So here we are, okay? Here we are now, where Kaspa's price has just been going between, I'd say, 10 and 20 cents over the past year, 8 months, 10 months or so. And so during that time, a lot of ASIC miners, Kaspa miners have been released. Okay, a lot of these models, Iceriver notoriously with their KS5Ls, KS5Ms, Bitmain KS5 and KS5 Pros, obviously. These have drastically increased the network hash rate, but the price of Kaspa has not been following the hash rate rise here, I'd say. I mean, as of recording. And I'm saying this now because I want to go back to this in the future, a year from now, maybe 2 years from now. And we're going to see if Kaspa goes up in the bull run. Okay. And I still am a believer that, Kaspa is going to, one day go higher than where it is now, right? Along with Bitcoin. But my only belief is that Bitcoin has to go up along with all the other altcoins as well. Okay. So Kaspa is one of them. And is that going to happen now or soon? I don't know. I don't know. So this is not a fear video, all right, for anyone. Now, I know that I'm look at this. All these Kaspa miners we bought over the past couple months are now breaking even at 11 cents kilowatt hour, which is pretty bad. But I think how most people, or I guess for you guys that have been watching the channel and most crypto miners understand the whole mentality and thought process of mining and holding. So it's basically been a couple months since these Iceriver KS5Ls have been released, and KS5Ms as well to the market, and it definitely looks bad, right? It definitely looks bad, but that's because of Kaspa's price here. Is Kaspa gonna continually keep going down here, maybe along with Bitcoin? My whole goal with Kaspa mining, and I want to touch on my solo mining and also my the theoretical $30,000 KS5Ls and KS5M investment since August 1st. Okay, I'm going to talk about how much we've mined thus far. I'll talk about this in a sec. Also, my Bitmain KS5 Pro that's been mining by itself. We'll talk about this in a bit. But this is something that I've wanted to document because we've been through this before. All right, as for people that have been crypto mining over the past maybe 5 or 6 years, we have seen, especially when it comes to ASIC miners, okay, these ASIC miners, they're not privy to just constantly going up. Right. And Kaspa, I'd say over the past year and a half, has been one of the better ASICs in which they've always been sustained and constant in terms of profitability. And especially for those that got in early, right? For those that got in early, were able to take advantage of or see the price appreciation of Kaspa. But like I said, maybe over the past, I've said this before, over the past 10 months, Kaspa hasn't really had further price appreciation. I mean, where we are right now. I mean, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next week, maybe next month, Kaspa is going to go up to 20 cents. I don't know. But I'm just saying as of now, okay, it's been hovering around these levels between 10 and 20 cents. And so that the Kaspa network hash rate has climbed almost 3 to 4x, that we haven't had better, sustained profitability, for especially a KS5M, which was, the KS5Ls, these things were making $30, $50 a day at one point. Now they're making $2. And this is at 11 cents kilowatt hour. Okay, so it's just, yeah, we've seen how fast, ASIC mining can rise and fall in terms of its profitability of these machines. But I can't forget that, you know, the whole point of crypto mining, and especially for us miners, home miners that are mining and holding for the long term, that these things are still yielding, you know, an Iceriver KS5L is still yielding about 73 Kaspa a day. I know it used to be like a couple hundred before, you know, maybe 500, you know, a couple months back. But yeah, it's just been obviously going down because the Kaspa mission schedule is also, you know, also hammering the rewards for everybody. And so there's going to be another drop on November 4th. Okay, so where we are at now, the block reward is 82.41 Kaspa, going down to 77.78. Okay, in the next couple of weeks here in November. So the total mined Kaspa right now is 86.71%. So that is definitely, you know, definitely a lot of Kaspa that's been mined currently for the total supply. You guys can see here, total has been, here's almost 24 billion. Okay, and then max supply is 28 billion, 700 million. So would I recommend, you know, buying Kaspa miners now? This is where it gets kind of iffy for me. And I did talk about this maybe 3 months ago, where I said, you know, now is not the time to buy these miners, especially when they were like $5,000 or $6,000. I mean, I'm doing a theoretical $30,000 break even here of these three KS5Ls and two KS5Ms. I have one that's already had a dead hash board, which sucks. So that's already hurting my break even there. But maybe just to give you guys a quick update. Yeah, so since August 1st, I've been mining with these things, doing a whole test, mining the one address. Total, I have mined $6,100 worth, okay, or almost 47,000 or 48,000 Kaspa, okay. If Kaspa went to $1, it would be about $47,000. Okay, that's how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm thinking about long term with these things. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Okay, that's why I am doing this test. Okay, I'm not. Everyone can predict that. Oh, is it going to happen? No. Is it going to happen? Maybe. Yeah. Sure. It might happen. Maybe it might happen in the bull run. Is the bull run going to come? I hope so. That's what we all believe in, right? As crypto miners, and I'm taking this risk. Right? A lot of people take this risk to mine and hodl and hope for better times. So yeah, I hope in the next year or two, which, you know, I've done plenty of videos doing this before, like with GPUs and calculating, you know, current profitability, and then coming back to that video maybe 2 or 3 years later and just be like, wow, good thing I mined and held. Good thing, right? It's like we always have that regret. You know, it's like with Bitcoin, what the guy that sold 10,000 Bitcoin for like 2 pizzas. Do I want to have that regret? No, definitely not. And am I saying that's going to happen with Kaspa? No, right? But it could be a potential that could happen, but there's also potential that Kaspa could just keep going down and down and down now, because, you know, whether or not, you know, these Kaspa miners, a lot of people that are mining Kaspa right now, are they selling their Kaspa, right? Are they also maybe getting into the whole KRC-20, right? Which has been quite prevalent recently, but the fees, the transaction fees, hasn't really been, I would say, sustaining for crypto miners. It was pretty short-lived, I have to say. Maybe it only lasted like 4 or 5 days where the transaction fees were going to the crypto miners, because there was a lot of congestion on the KRC-20 network because people were minting. Right? People were minting these KRC-20 pretty much meme coins. And so it was okay for a week, but now you can see, you know, right now, yeah, the block reward along with the Kaspa mission schedule, it's come back to normal, basically. You know, Kaspa's network is really fast, so it makes sense that, you know, as people are done minting, right, most of these are pretty much at 100% mint, people aren't gonna, you know, congest the network anymore. So crypto miners who are mining Kaspa aren't going to earn that extra bit of transaction fees that people were paying to mint. Anyways, I think we're waiting for a lot of these tokens to go on exchanges, and then hopefully, in theory, that should cause more transactions, and then the transaction fees could go more towards the miners. If a lot of these KRC-20 tokens could go on those exchanges and have continual transactions on the network. So we'll see. Okay, we'll see. That's one of those we'll have to wait and see once they have support. Quickly now, talking about my solo mining Kaspa miners. So I've been solo mining for the past, I think, almost 3 weeks now. Okay, I started on here September 20th. It is now October 10th as of recording, and my solo effort right now on Kaspa Dash Pool has been about 73% average over the past 20 days. So I am earning pretty much 27% more than if I were to pool mine. Okay, so I've earned about $324 thus far with about 12.5 terahash. Okay, of a lot of these small KS0 Pros, KS0 Ultras, Gold Shell, KA boxes, and such. All together, I'm getting about 12 terahash, pretty much like a KS5L, okay, which I've been solo mining 12 terahash pretty much for about 20 days. And so you guys can do the math there. I've definitely been earning a little bit more. Like I said, 27% more than if I were to pool mine with a 12 terahash KS5L. So far, I've been lucky. I've been very lucky. Are you guys going to be lucky if you switch over to solo mining? No, crypto mining is a zero-sum game. Not everyone's going to be lucky. So just a little disclaimer there. Then my KS5 Pro, okay, since I have been mining with this thing for I think more than 2 months now. This KS5, 3 months now. This KS5 Pro is mined about almost $1,000 worth or 7,700 Kaspa. And I think the initial investment on this was about 7,000. Okay, when I first got it. So if Kaspa went to $1, I would in theory pay its money back. But as of right now, it's looking like the ROI is looking like quite a long time. But waiting for Kaspa's price appreciation is the name of the game for this KS5 Pro that I have mining on Cryptex. Okay, finally, last thing I want to talk about is, are these Kaspa miners going to come down in price? Now, a couple of months back, yeah, like we've talked about, not buying Kaspa miners back then because, yeah, it just didn't make sense. These things were, the profitability, we knew the profitability was going to keep coming down and it was just not looking good. And so I think have these KS5 Pros and KS5Ms, KS5Ls, like the KS5L now at like 11 cent kilowatt hour, like this thing, I think it's like $1,400 now. Like this thing should come down to like $700 or something because these aren't making much right now. So is it maybe a good idea if you can get those deals? I don't know where they sell them for that much. I don't even know if they make them anymore. But maybe the KS5 Pro, are these going to come down more in price? I'm looking on, look at this, on Iceriver. It's actually $1,200 for a KS5L. So is that a good buy as of right now? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, but it really depends on, Kaspa's price here. Is it going to keep going down here, or if you believe in the bull run, it's looking worse and worse every day as we've talked about, buying Kaspa miners. I think at this point, if you believe in Kaspa, it's better to just buy the coin. Kaspa's aggressive emission schedule and how things have been playing out for Kaspa so far. At this point, we're done, right? We're done buying Kaspa miners. I don't think, and I'm just gonna saving grace here for people that currently have Kaspa miners. I'm not trying to say because I have a whole bunch that I'm telling you guys to not buy it. Okay, like not buy Kaspa miners. Maybe I am because I don't want any more people to come on the Kaspa's network because it's already too much. It's already too much. All right, there's way too much hardware out there, and that's why we're seeing, a KS5 L at 11 cents kilowatt hour is only making 11 cents. Granted, I'm at 8 cents where I am, and this thing is making $2.46 a day now, which is fall from grace for sure. Okay, well, that's it, my friends. That's all I wanted to talk about. Just a state of Kaspa mining as of October here, and Kaspa's price is going further down as of recording 12.7 now, 12 cents. Oh boy. Well, let me know your guys' thoughts. You guys have a great day. Have a good one. Peace out. Jeez.